talking about stuff that's happening. I didn't write down anything. I got an Uber ride yesterday, and I was talking about stuff that's been going on. We were talking about how crazy everything is in the country right now, and I was talking about some stuff that I thought everybody kind of knew, and she seemed really surprised, oh, really? I had no idea that was happening, and it really was a kind of a reality check. People know that stuff is going on, and that you know things are crazy right now, but they don't really know what's going on because a lot of people are still just relying on the news on TV to tell them what's going on, even though they know that it's fake news and that you can't actually reliably get the news anymore on TV because all of the people that are destroying this country are the ones that own all of the media outlets. So, so I thought if a media news outlet like Fox or CNN can call themselves a news source, then why the fuck can't I? I don't know. I feel like I probably tell more real things that are happening, having absolutely no notes in front of me, gonna get stoned, and I got my dog here. I'm probably I know for a fact that I'm more of a news source than these multi-million-dollar companies that are, because they're just feeding you guys absolute dog shit. I don't know, maybe I don't have a whole lot going on, but at least it's not dog shit, right? So yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a fucking second to find the stream. But I'm sure you noticed that I got newsreels of Tesla shit. How many of you know what's been going on with Elon Musk and Tesla? I hate talking about Elon Musk because he's a fucking dumbass, but he's kind of the thing that's going on right now. Unfortunately, it's embarrassing and dumb. But who knows what's going on with Tesla right now? Gio says you're looking awesome too. With a great word. Thanks. How many of you have heard of the boycotting that's been going on of Tesla and Elon Musk's products in general? Anybody? Do you guys know that that's happening? And also, do you guys know that Tesla dealerships are being lit on fire in multiple places across the world? I got my fucking computer in front of me. Maybe I have internet today. Let's see. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I think maybe my computer's blocked because I got internet on other stuff here. Let's hotspot myself because I kind of need this for this. They closed down a showroom in France. They firebombed it basically, and there's I want to look up the actual places where this is going on. More of that boycotting, and they're burning the shit down. Yeah, for real. People are mad, dude. And it's not just people like you or I that actually give a shit about humanity and stuff, good stuff, people's safety and human rights and stuff, but everybody. I watched a video where they were talking in it was I can't remember which state it was, but there was this Republican politician talking about why they're cutting health benefits, and people were mad. Just some guy's veteran uncle just flipped his shit, and people were storming out, and there's a lot of this going on. Like, we're at the point in society where, like, everybody with even half a brain cell is just like, yeah, okay, you know, like, the house is on fire. Um, Speaking of being on fire, let's see. I thought I had a playlist here. Let's do. Huh? Oh, I guess Trump takes. Trump is trying to make free speech illegal and take your guns away. Also, I don't know if anybody heard about this, but they're putting forward more bills so that they can just take your guns away without any like real reason. Like everything that Trump does, it's like really vague wording that can be just used in whatever way. So he's gonna brand it as like good for freedom or something, but really like the bill that he's proposing would make it so that the government can just arbitrarily decide that you're unfit to have a firearm at all, which is terrifying, honestly, because the straw man in the news that they created was that like, oh, liberals are afraid of guns and they want to take away your freedoms and take away your guns, and it's like, well, I mean, turns out that was a straw man. I don't know, like, I know like one guy that doesn't like guns just on principle, and the reason that he doesn't like them is completely understandable. But like, he's not the kind of guy that's gonna go and try to take guns away from everybody, right? He's just not gonna keep one in his house. He doesn't like him. But like, where are these fucking bleeding heart, blue-haired fucking liberals that are like, oh, please, daddy government, take all my guns and take all my neighbors' guns? Like, they don't exist. So that's not awesome. He is on Troll Patrol. Nice. I'm gonna fucking do a cigarette here. I think it's if I thought that it was more important, I would like have written down all of these different like, the blow by blow of like who said what about where and like what the actual like bills are and which states these conversations are happening, and like, yeah, it is important, but like the bigger story here, it's there's lots of people smarter than me talking about all the breakdowns of all of these different political happenings, but like I'm kind of more of a big picture sort of person, and what I see happening socially is just kind of a cultural awakening and cultural reckoning, and some people that are in certain minorities are bearing the brunt of the public discourse around certain topics. And I think that there's a lot less bigots out there than it seems. So, you know how Elon Musk basically bought Mark Zuckerberg. So they're all kind of in like the little clique there. And he's bought the presidency, essentially. Like, it's weird. I don't know, like, what, like, because, okay, so there was this AI, Elon Musk's own AI, and it was asked to calculate what the percentage, like, the likelihood of Donald Trump being a Russian asset, or, like, a Russian tool, basically. I don't know. I don't think he's smart enough to be a spy, but maybe he's like so smart that he can pretend to be the dumbest man in the world. I don't know. But like the AI calculated there's an 87% chance that Trump is a Russian asset. So I don't know if like Elon Musk is like a Russian puppet too, or like where he is mixed up in all this, or if he's a deeper layer. But it's kind of a clown show. Like, it's gonna blow up in their faces at some point anyway. It's kind of more like, to me, at this point, it feels more like a TV drama, like a soap opera or whatever. Tesla, yeah. Yeah, Trump bought a fucking Tesla. He doesn't even ride it. I don't know if that man can ride or drive or read. Sorry, I'm spacing out. I don't think that he can drive. Um, I am like certain that man can't read. Like there is no footage of him actually reading anything. He pretends to read it and then he hands it to his assistant who reads it out loud and then he pretends like he understood the whole time. But like I was looking at, you know, how fucking fucked those cars are, and they're fucked. Like, I mean, I don't have to explain to you how fucked they are. I've never, I'm not gonna say I've never touched a Tesla, but I've never owned or run a Tesla. I've never looked under the hood. I'm not interested in it. It looks like a fucking, yeah, somebody says swastikars. I call them cuck trucks. I hope that catches on, because it's funny. It's a cuck truck. You're cucked by Musk. It's, yeah, like, just, I mean, I'm sure there's, like, a couple of people that are just rich and stupid. Like, I've said money makes you stupid. And it does, I'll stand by that. Like, having an excess of money makes it so that you can pay other people to think for you and handle things, so you just get dumber and dumber and more out of touch with reality. And I'm sure there's, like, a few people who are really, like, so ignorant, and willfully so, that they don't know that a cuck truck is just a fucking driving dog whistle for Nazis. And they just, like, but now they know. They for sure know by now. Like, I think in LA there's the largest amount of Teslas on the road, because I see them all the time. But I've been seeing them a lot less lately. People aren't driving them around so much. And there's been vandalism. A lot of vandalism across the country. I want to look some of the vandalism up right now. I'm actually like really tickled by all of the. I'm not advocating for crime, but I'm amused by it. I'm definitely very amused by it, because I fucking hate those things, and I hate Elon Musk. Let's see. If I could press a button to make all the billionaires go away, I would press that. And I stay off politics a lot because I'm an anarchist, and more and more every day they're making it illegal to say what you want to say, and it's been harder and harder to say what I want to say online as well. So I'm maybe gonna migrate to live streaming somewhere else in the future, but I don't know how that's gonna go. Oh yeah, I gotta turn on my hotspot. How's everybody doing today? What are you guys hearing about in the news that you're interested in? We can look it up together. And like the way that I'm looking up stuff, any of you could look up at any time, and I'm sure plenty of you do, but like, you know, what I'm trying to say is if you're still watching TV to get your news, you're not getting the news. So like, you know, if there's something that you're hearing about that seems kind of like a big deal, but you're not seeing it on the news, go online and look it up. Alright. Hotspots. And look it up from like multiple sources. You know, don't just click on the first thing, or like the AI answer that you get through Google. That's run by the same people that are trashing the country and the world and causing our systems to collapse. So like the AI through Google is owned by the billionaire corporations, and they want you to think certain things. They're only feeding a certain amount of curated information to that AI. So if you go on Google and you look that up, that answer is not going to be correct. Sometimes it is, but like it's, you know, you can't take the AI's word for it, because like I said, that information the AI is operating off of is curated by the oligarchs. Let's see. Tesla vandalism. I'm just typing in Tesla vandalism and doing a search. Oh, and I'm still not on the internet. What the hell, man? Okay, well, I guess I have my phone. That sucks. I'm kind of sick of this. Nessa says, also look into insider article concerning Thiel and the purchasing of Greenland. Yeah, that is a interesting little I don't know, like a sideshow, I guess. The whole like Trump making comments about wanting to acquire Greenland, and like then there's actually some credence to that desire that he expressed, and like reasons for why he would want to try and muscle in on Greenland territory. And it's money, obviously. I don't know. Let's see. Tesla vandalism. I'm just gonna look on my phone. I mean, this is just on ABC from 2 days ago. So let's get like kind of a. I don't. ABC is one of those things too. Like they're only giving you curated information, but if you're looking up certain things, you can kind of get like a basic idea for what the narrative is. Um, Dealerships, charging stations have been vandalized, suffered arson attacks, and faced protests since Elon Musk began his work with the Department of Government Efficiency. Like nobody voted for this man. I don't know why he's suddenly just like inviting himself to just fuck up the government. I'm like I said, I'm an anarchist and I hate the fucking government. But like, you know, this man's pretending to be government and he's gutting all of the parts of government that were actually like for the people, and only keeping the parts that benefit him. So that's, yeah, a lot of people are really mad. The latest suspicious incident occurred in Tigard, Oregon, where more than a dozen shots were fired at a Tesla dealership. Nice. Second time in the past week that particular dealership in Tigard, Oregon had been vandalized after 7 bullets damaged 3 cars and shattered windows on March 6th. Damn. Police said they're unaware of the motive for these specific incidents. Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. The police have no idea why people are mad at Tesla. And they said that other Tesla dealerships have been targeted across Oregon. Now, you know, if you're like, I don't know where Tigard is, but like Southern Oregon is pretty red. And like, there's some like blue collar rednecks out there. And I'm sure a lot of them are becoming disillusioned now that things are fucked. And like, if you're looking on, I don't know, Facebook or something, for your weird little meme articles, like those are trash too. Like, yeah, they did away with a lot of like fact checking and like changed rules on Facebook, so now it's just like a cesspool. Actually, when I was scrolling on Facebook, before I went live, I didn't click on anything. I went to go check something on one of my pages, and there was an audio playing in the background, and it was an audio about Donald Trump and Elon Musk and how hardworking and good Americans they are. And I couldn't find like where the sound was coming from or how to turn it off or mute it. It was just like a weird glitch that like I had to just like completely shut down the app to make it stop. So that was weird. And it was like something that I would never watch or listen to, and it was like clearly propaganda. But then you scroll through that and you see all this other stuff, and it's like all I see now is propaganda articles about basically that, like these idiots being like having these false, like they're ghost articles. I know they're written by AI, and then you look at the comment section and you see a bunch of people saying really dumb stuff like God bless you, Mr. Trump, and stuff like that, and you're like, how are people this dumb? But then you look at the people that are commenting and you click on their names and you look at their profile and you're like, yo, this is not like a person's profile, this is a fucking burner profile. So there's a lot of money going into these ghost accounts, these fake accounts, and these propaganda pages that are putting out these fake narratives, and then all of these hundreds of fake profiles are commenting on it to make it seem like a lot more people are still in support of Donald Trump and Musk and what all these idiots are doing. Nessa says, last week Instagram started feeding millions of people snuff content on their feeds. Weird. Yeah, Instagram's been trashed for me too. Like, all I see is Zionist propaganda at this point. And it's gotten to the point where I'm just like not even going on Facebook or Instagram as much at all lately. JJ says dead internet theory. Yeah, totally. Y'all, like, you remember like in the early 2000s when dead internet theory first started kind of like making the rounds, and then like it became more apparent on a lot of social sites over the last few years, and now all those dead accounts and all that, like, they weren't just like out there floating. Those were like sleeper accounts for future propaganda, and that's what's going on right now. That's the second notification I've seen. I'm gonna see if somebody's got down with the kickdown or what's going on here. Oh shit! Looks like Noah Heezer kicked down. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. And Janet also kicked down. Hell yeah, you guys are great. Fuck yeah. No, I'm reading. You said you just kicked down for Buns and Bones, and that's awesome. And I really appreciate you. But you also mistyped and it says cucked, but that's Trump's job. He's Elon's cuck in his fucking cuck truck that he's driving now. I'm gonna start typing it with a K, like for cuck trucks now too, because it's extra funny. Because it's like, the KKK, which those guys are totally repping. Yeah, and I'm like, Musk has been repping AFD, which is like it's the neo-Nazi party in Germany too. And like, okay, so here's like an actual piece of news that's kind of like maybe unique to my experience. But I'm just like, I've been a PBS watcher since I was a child. And through the last year, I've noticed that PBS has been like shifting further and further, not like right, but like backing off of the right. And then like, they'd still say things that were true, but just like not say certain things because you could tell that they were being pressured by, the powers that be not to talk shit on certain entities. But like, in the last month, they've actually taken a shift into actual right-wing propaganda. But the point where it became like really obvious for me was I was watching PBS like maybe a couple of weeks ago, and they were talking about the AFD like it was just a regular working class German party. No mention of it being neo-Nazi affiliated or their like, take back Europe kind of rhetoric and stuff. They were just talking about them like they were an honest working class German party. And that's when I was like, yo, you guys are fucking cooked. And I can't watch PBS anymore. And even though I unfollowed them on YouTube, like, and I don't have autoplay, my autoplay turns on and it will autoplay PBS and other news that I don't watch. Nessa says that's why Twitter is now filled with violent content. Yeah, well, I mean, Twitter is the Muskrat's like little domain there. It's it was always pretty fucking dumb, but yeah, it's just like an echo chamber now. And that Grok bot that Musk had on there, he was trying to train it to be trying to train it to be a chud. And that's what punks call like right wing, like, like Proud Boy type folks or whatever. But he was trying to make Grok a chud, but Grok got woke. And then Musk pulled the plug because he was like, oh hell no, no son of mine is going to be woke. And yeah, I don't know. Let's see, what's going on with Grok? Oh yeah, I can't type on my computer. That's really killing me right now. Noah says, haven't listened to PBS since college when my car had only an AM radio. Those were the times, man. They were simpler times. And now that people are so much more connected because of the internet, like, things are a little different. Bad things were always going on back then even. It's just like we didn't really hear about it. We just kind of went about our lives. So like a lot of folks get all like stressed out and depressed about the state of affairs in the country right now. But you got to remember, like, those things are going to be happening whether you're upset or not. And if you're going to be upset and depressed about it, like, especially if you're a trans person in this time, it's a really depressing time to be trans. But, you don't want to let things that are out of your control rob you of enjoying the life that you have now. So, just keep that in mind. Like, more people are aware of what's going on, and we're aware of more of what's going on, and that can feel really, really heavy. But also, like, you know, that's just the burden of knowing. People were hateful pieces of shit and doing awful things around the world before we had the internet and knew about it. Oldest Youngin says X is fantastic now because of the freedom it allows. If you don't like watching something on it, then don't watch and don't whinge like a gimp Democrat. It's like how YouTube used to be. Dude, shut up. I'm gonna use my free speech to hide this user from my channel. There we go. If you don't like it, then you can kick rocks. And I'm gonna put Mike on a 24-hour timeout. Nice. Excellent. Let's see. Oh yeah. Save and kick it down now. Yeah, I gotta see how Grok is doing. Grok. What a dumbass name. Grok is a generative AI chatbot, blah, blah, blah. How is Grok? Currently undergoing improvements and updates with the latest version Grok 3. Okay. Improvements. I don't know. I don't know if I buy that. They say that they took Grok down and Grok will be back. Okay, here's a Reddit quick review of Grok 2. Let's see what Reddit says, because we know Reddit is full of people that want to nitpick everything. Original post. Let's skip to the TLDR. Not very useful currently. It might have some stuff that's worth the price wall, but the things I wanted to use it for, it's utterly useless. Asking it to generate HTML code, it forgets and omits details 95% of the time. Doesn't have the ability to search online. That's because if Grok had the ability to search online, then it would have access to information that the overlords don't want it to have, which makes it woke. That sucks. Well, cool. Okay. Well, that's a dumpster fire, just like everything else that Musk touches. Rushan says, I'm at a political burnout right now, so I really don't need to put my 2 cents in. That's okay. I'm kind of keeping it like less off of politics and mostly just like, I don't know, if anything, my perspective is bringing news about people clowning on politics, I guess. Like, you know, who doesn't like seeing a Tesla on fire? Like, that's hilarious. And you know what? It's not gonna stop. Like, people are gonna keep ramping this stuff up. Like, people are mad, and we've reached that like critical tipping point where it's not just like folks like you and I that are out being aware of this shit and angry about it. It's like everybody's uncles and aunties and grandparents and whatever. Like, yeah, people know that bad stuff is going on, and not everybody knows what exactly is going on or why, but that's what's cracking. Grok 3 is awesome. I have to use it for work. What do you use it for work for? I don't actually know what the hell it's supposed to do. But I do know that using AI for stuff like uses a lot of power and resources, like a lot of water, and I guess it's bad for the planet, but also, you know, like the any amount of damage that we might do to the planet doesn't hold a candle to what large companies like Musk's companies or any of these billionaires companies that are putting out so much waste in the world, like, you know, all of the people in the world could go and have like no carbon footprint essentially, and the planet would still be getting destroyed by these Fortune 500 companies. So it's like I'm not gonna throw shade on somebody for using AI for their work or whatever, but like I'm not trying to use AI for just any old thing. Try to be responsible, you know. It's like the same reason I like recycling doesn't do shit anymore. Like all of the places that used to take American recyclables ain't taking them anymore. The whole recycling process is absolutely a gaslight on the American people to make them feel like they have some kind of control in the environmental disasters that are taking place. But we don't. Like all of that, like people don't even know how to recycle properly. Like when you throw all of those recyclable items into the same thing, it costs more resources and time and energy and money to sort all of those mixed recyclables apart. They literally just throw them away. It's a whole program created to make us feel somewhat responsible for the disasters happening, and we're not. Like, you know, the person at the grocery store that didn't bring a cloth bag, like, let's be real, most folks aren't bringing cloth bags into grocery stores. They're just using the plastic ones, but which is not great, you know, like it's good to use a cloth bag and not use a million plastic bags and like cut down on the amount of plastic that you're using. But like you're not going to save the planet by doing that. I mean, I'm just going to be real with you. Samuel says, not all the Tesla vandalism could be on behalf of his politics. Some might be federal workers or Tesla employees who are lashing out and knee-jerk rage at their firings or some other petty grievance. I don't think, I agree with you up until you said petty. I don't think those are petty grievances at all. I think that those are very real and valid grievances, like just being fired after, I mean, some of these people I'm sure have been working for like 15 or so years for these companies, and it's not just like Tesla employees, like the government is being gutted, you know, like all of the, I don't know the exact numbers, but like hundreds of park rangers at all the national parks are being fired. So there's park service protests as well in I think all of the national I don't know, like I'm not saying this as like solid fact, but like there are protests in major national parks. I don't know what percentage of them, if it's all of them or most of them, but like they're gutting all that, and there's moves being made to privatize these public lands as well, which is really really dangerous because like in this capitalist government and society, privatizing public lands is just going to be for profit. They're going to try and tell people that it's going to like give them more freedoms if billionaires own all of our land, and like, but people are tired of that same fucking lie. Like after a certain point, we're not going to buy that we're more free by letting oligarchs and these fucking ghoulish billionaires control everything and take everything from the rest of us and hoard all of our resources. Let's see. Oh, it looks like Janet threw down again. Thank you so much, Janet. I appreciate that. Patty says there are Medicaid cuts from a few weeks back really hitting people. I think 80 billion. Yeah, it sucks. Barry says, what about the woke agenda are the park service? Sir, if you can phrase an actual question, then I'd be happy to answer it, but I don't know what the fuck you're even talking about. Satan, back up. Oh, I think it might be Satan puppy treat time. That's why she's being so annoying. Here we go. There you go, bud. There you go. Oh, yeah, let me get your little... There you go. Yeah, it sounds like Oregon's been popping off lately. Actually, there was another shooting of a CEO's home, and this was like I want to say mid-February that I just found out about like last week or something like that. Can't remember off the top of my head. It was the CEO of like a workman's comp program, or like the workman's comp pro. I don't know. But basically another billionaire ghoul that controls money that people who are injured working blue collar jobs should be paid if they get hurt. And his house got shot up. Nobody got hurt, I believe, but the gunman is still at large. So there's more Luigis out there. We're just not hearing about it. $800 billion between Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid cuts. That's crazy. Nessa says JD Vance owns an app called Acre Trader. Acre Trader is, I'm sorry, I'm smirking because of all of the brain rot memes about JD Vance that have been coming out over the last week. So I was just like thinking, I'm so brain rotted from these. Like I know some of you all have seen all of the funny edits of JD Vance's face, like photoshopped onto different shit, or just like them of themselves. I can't read his name anymore without like thinking about these. I will show you. Anyway, Acre Trader is used to remotely sell large parcels of property to rich foreign. Yep, that's right. Rich property, or rich foreign and private investors. Oh man, Acre Trader. Yeah, let's see. Acre Trader. I'm trying to remember like how they were playing that off on the fake news media about like why this was a good thing. Oh, to like get rich people in the US, I guess. I don't know. That doesn't. What Acre Trader says is that they're an American real estate investment company specializing in farmland. The company aims to increase investor access to real assets while providing capital to farmers and growers to expand their businesses. Ew. JD Vance funded Acre Trader. Here's why that matters. This is on civileats.com. I've never heard of this website, but let's give it a shot. A version of this article originally appeared in the Deep Dish members only newsletter. I don't know what the fuck that is. Pristine farmland in California can be yours, at least. But oh, this is one of those websites that like poses as a news site, but it's actually paid for, and like they masquerade as news sites, but they're really an advertisement basically. So this is actually like an advertisement for Acre Trader. Okay, yeah, fuck that. Function. Snopes is also now not completely trustworthy. In matters of politics, they definitely have some type of right-wing agenda that it's come to be known. So I will take this with a grain of salt, but Snopes says about the JD Vance owning Acre Trader. Okay, TLDR, just tell me what you say. Is it fake or not? Because I just saw online that it's like partly true. Okay, I don't know what the deal is with Snopes anymore. Now it's just giving me a whole article, and it doesn't, like, it used to be like, oh, this is 75% true or something like that, or like this is false. But I'm not actually even seeing that. In early 2024, several social media accounts supporting Kamala Harris shared a copy pasta. Okay, the language is already disparage. It's not. It doesn't seem very impartial. They're using words like. They're not. They're framing it to look like a joke. But I mean, it could be true like that. I don't know. But also the thing about the framing is like when it is propaganda, a lot of the time they'll try and make it seem like the interest in propagating certain information is because people wanted Kamala to win. Like, I don't really know anybody that is like not a Trumper that actually even cares about Kamala at all. That's always a red flag. Snopes has liberal bias. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think that it poses as having a liberal bias in certain ways. But as an anarchist, it seems pretty obvious to me because, like, that's the thing. It's not like if you think in liberal, like if you think in Democrat versus Republican, you don't realize that that's all part of the agenda and the fake puppet show that they're playing. So if you see anything that's like pitting right versus left, then you know immediately that that is propaganda. Because the propaganda machine actually plays both sides. So, you know, they're playing 3D chess and y'all are playing checkers if you think that it's like Democrats versus Republicans. Nessa says, yeah, nobody loved Harris. We just didn't want to live in a techno-authoritarian hellscape. That's the thing, though. We were already living in a techno-authoritarian hellscape. And Kamala was not going to make it better. In fact, you know, if Kamala had been voted president, like, I think most people would have just gone back to sleep and been like, yay, we solved racism and fascism by voting blue, and then, like, turned their backs while Gaza was still being bombed and fascism continued to grow in other corners of the world, and that white supremacy would still be unchecked in the USA and keep gaining more and more power and momentum until the next election cycle. So, you know. Chase says, hey, Corin, what's up, Chase? John says, hello from Norway, what's up? How's it going, Sam? Hell yeah, we're like 3/4 of the way into the stream here. I feel like we've been going at a pretty decent pace. Anybody have any stuff that, you know, they've been seeing around the news that you're kind of just like, you know, this seems like not enough people are talking about it? What might be some things that you don't think people are talking about enough? And it's cold as fuck outside, but I think I'm gonna step out and smoke a cigarette for the last like still got like 15 or so minutes of this stream. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't really talk about like trans stuff. Well, other than it being a really dark time to be a trans person. And it is. Like, there was a proposed bill in Texas that would make it an actual crime simply to identify as trans, and of course the language is all murky, so it's like, what does that mean? Like, can you be accused of identity fraud by, you know, like, what if you're a woman that looks a little bit too manly and people mistake you for a man or something? Like, are you gonna get arrested then? Like, you know, what? Like, I don't think that it'll pass, but, like, there's not a 0% chance that it won't, that it will pass. Like, there, you know, in a sane world, in the world that, like, we thought we were living in, that would be, like, a crazy thing that would happen, but, like, it would never pass. But, like, in this new hell, there's a chance it could. Like, there's a lot of fucked up things going on. And of course, they're making it harder and harder for people to get health care, like trans health care and health care for cis people in general, or reproductive health care. That the stuff that I've been seeing, like the propaganda articles on Facebook, when very rarely scroll Facebook anymore, it's all about like how successful everything is and how prices are actually down. And like we're owning the libs because we're paying less for eggs, and then the comment section is like full of people saying like, "Yay, I love Trump. My eggs only cost $4." And then there's like actual comments from like real people, and you can tell which ones are real and which ones are bots, because it's like these people are like commenting back on these like, "Where the hell do you live?" Because where I live, I just paid like $9 for some eggs and stuff like that, or like gas is up, like. And these people are genuinely confused, like, where these other people are, and they don't realize that these are fucking ghost accounts. Vegas Streckles says, just the fact they're trying to pass it is scary. Yeah, it is. And, like, local news, there's a cool lingerie store that is up the road from where I'm at. I picked up some lingerie there, but they have a trans inclusive, like a pride flag hanging up, and somebody ripped it down the other day for the first time. Like, it's not like a big flag, you know, it's the same size as like somebody across the street has like a Dodgers flag up, somebody has an American flag up, you know, but that one was targeted. So it's like even in the immediate few mile vicinity of me, there's like petty hate crimes happening. I'm sure that's not the only stuff. I've been sitting at the door for a lot of trans events lately, and like, you know, it's definitely a thought in my mind. Like, if something popped off, you know, like what would I do? Because people that do have hateful sentiments are feeling very empowered right now. Oh, cool. I get to ban YouTube security. Nice. Hell yeah, that was fun. Hey, here, Choo Choo. Yeah, I'm pretty close to a freight yard. That's nice, huh? Aaron says, I accidentally let security in. Oh no. Well, they're gone now. That's fun. Yeah, that just goes to show you literally anybody can like go on the internet and call themselves any bullshit title and act like they're some kind of authority on something, but that was just a person that made an account and named themselves YouTube security, which is pretty funny. But like, you know, like I could go and write an article about why drinking aged urine will cure your cancer and call myself Dr. Snorlax the third, and you know, and like forge some certificates or whatever and put them up, and I could buy like a whole website, and I could buy ads and stuff, and like, you know, anybody can do that. Now imagine if I had like billions of dollars, right? Sick. Anyway, let's see. It looks like a few people kicked down during the stream, and I'm really grateful for you guys. I'm going to try and do another stream tomorrow. I'm not leaving just this moment, but I am going to say, if you want to show some support for Satan and I, my cute dog, then you can go ahead and click one of the links in the description. I've also got merch in the merch area. There's like a link there, and there's a Discord server. It's pretty tight. You should join us in the Discord. Come say hey. Let's see. Any other big news this week? It's like all I see when I go online now. So I'm kind of honestly like avoiding going online, because it's like, I think that's part of the tactic as well, to inundate people with news so that they get tired of hearing about it. They become kind of depressed about it, There's like, I forget, it's like a CIA tactic or something. There's like a name for it, but you just expose people to bad news day in and day out, and they start to feel helpless, and like no matter what they do, it's not going to make a difference. So then, if you make people feel that way, then they defeat themselves, and then you don't have to defeat them. So it's all of this inundation of bad news in society and politics and stuff, and the fact that your social media is completely taken over by this stuff, and even I'm talking about it. It's That's part of the propaganda campaign to get you all tired and sick of it, sick of hearing about it. But at the end of the day, the best thing you can do is just keep doing what you're doing, be a cool person, and don't get all riled up at other people for being different, because it's not they took our jobs, it's they took our jobs, the people that are the ones with the most money. It's not like, white versus black, or business owner versus blue collar worker, or immigrants versus whatever you call not immigrants. Like unless you're Native American, you're descended from immigrants. But like, there's no right way to live life. People have been moving across the world since forever, and all of that is part of the divide and conquer tactic. So you got to remember that you need to find solidarity in your communities, because we're all kind of trying to do the same thing. We're just trying to live our lives. They took our jobs. Yep. Patty says yes. Normalize the chaos. Yeah, and the doomer, the feelings of like doomerism that kind of come with that. They want people to feel just weary and helpless, but we're not. And yeah, like there's a lot of bad stuff happening. Like there've been protests in LA too, and the cops busted out the tear gas and stuff. Um, the the protests for against ICE here in LA are still going, and ICE is going around raiding people's homes every day, which sucks. It's a misuse of the funds that like come from anybody that pays taxes. So I don't know. I'm not saying don't pay your taxes, but like if you didn't, what the fuck are they gonna do? I don't know. Like everything's falling apart. They can't get all of us. If we all stop complying, they can't get all of us. Got some good discourse happening in chat here. Yeah, so I'm not trying to get on here to tell you like that's if I wanted to tell you all about all the news that you've already been hearing about online, I would have written a bunch of stuff down, but like mostly I kind of want to just like clown on a little bit, and also, you know, like that this type of stuff gets a lot of interaction online because it is like it's designed that way. It gets people all riled up, and people want to argue online about stuff that is beside the point anyway, and get all bungled up in smaller issues that don't really make any difference, and spend all of their day worrying about it, and they get tired of it. It breaks them down. So I'm not trying to do that. I just want to, let y'all know where things are at, where I'm at with that. London says, have you heard about the crazy pride riots? I have no idea what you're talking about. Regale us. Also, I know that a lot of people that are the most radicalized are totally stuck in echo chambers. There's a number of studies now done on echo chambers. So the way that you interact with your news feed, they'll continue feeding you stuff that you react more and more to. So the people that are most hateful in society, that are chronically online, are seeing a very different curated version of reality than the rest of us are seeing. Especially people that spend most of their time not on their phone and actually outside doing stuff. Oh yeah, sounds like London is caught in one of those echo chambers. I've seen the videos that you're talking about, and I've looked into them, and those are propaganda, man. You're caught in a propaganda loop that's causing you to think that the LGBT community is deserving of all of the targeting that they've been getting. So yeah, you should actually step outside of your echo chamber and find some real stuff that's going on, because that ain't it. There are protests going on around the world right now, but it's for workers' rights and against fascism, and a lot of them are against Elon Musk specifically. London, I'm not saying that you personally are looking for that. I'm saying that because of the way that you're interacting with your algorithm, it's trying to train you into a more radical frame of mind. So if you're receptive to that, then it will continue to show you more and more radical propaganda for or against certain entities, depending on what your alignment is. That's why I fuck around with my algorithm like a lot. They don't know what the hell to do with me. my, yeah, it's wild. I see a lot of stuff that I really really don't agree with, and like, um, yeah, it's I don't know, but not everybody really knows how to like cure or curate their algorithm in that way. Um, well, shit. What do you mean, my radical? Yeah, it. I don't know what, like, yeah, I'm not sure what you're even trying to get at. Noah says 100% your algorithm is your own. Well, that's the thing is like, yes and no. Um, because like the things that you feed into it, it feeds back things calculated on getting you to consume more. So what draws people in the most? Even I get caught by this all the time, is rage bait. So it's going to show you stuff that makes you feel really really strongly, and the easiest thing is something that makes you upset about something, and then you want to keep scrolling to find out more, or you want to get in the comments section and argue with people. So like unintentionally, you train your algorithm to train you to be more reactive. Noah does that as well. Fucks with the algorithm. I use a lot of. I think you mean VPNs to mask yourself. Looks like my suspicion was correct on you, London. Where are you from? What's up, Los Flying Turntables? And Fireballs in chat. Awesome. We're almost at an hour here. Anybody have any stuff that they'd like to mention? Stuff that maybe is flying under people's radar that, you know, I could look into, or you could mention here that people could look into. What's some stuff that you think that the mainstream media news is not covering that the people should know? Or what would you like to hear me talk about next? Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks, Fireball. Also, if you'd like to get down with Kickdown, I do have links in the description. It helps me out a lot. If you didn't see me hopping around on one leg earlier, I can't wear my leg right now. It's a lot of it's in a lot of pain, and I'm pretty much screwed right now. So yeah, this is I've got enough supplies and stuff to get through the next few days, so I'll be good. Oh yeah, and a piece of news on me. Here, let me show you. Hold on. I did do some little edits on my legs, so if you've been following along with me over the last year or two, I lost a lot of weight in the last year, and so this leg is made for somebody that's like 70 pounds heavier than me. Yeah, so it's not fitting right. So I've been getting some really bad pressure sores and some really gnarly spots. And I took some cardboard and some packing tape and I layered it and I cut the cardboard into these little ovals or whatever to like kind of get more or less padding around here to make it nice and smooth and even. So I was able to get enough padding in just the right spots to hold my nub in the proper position. So once my pressure sore heals up, I should be able to walk on this again without another pressure sore being created. I'm still not going to be comfortable, like it's still going to hurt, and maybe there'll be other spots that I'll get pressure sores on, but this is going to buy me some time. So yeah. Vegas says, talk about politics. Corners didn't have to do a leg hack to function. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So that's the state of the medical system in the USA. I had to fix my prosthetic leg with packing tape and cardboard so that I can continue walking. Meanwhile, I've been trying to get a new leg for about almost a year now. And I needed one when I got here. So yeah, that's how the American medical system is. Some personal news and more political news. Do I have a booger on my face? Or is that a shadow? No, I think that's just the shadow. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. USA, where we're free to die in a ditch because we didn't have health coverage. Fuck yeah. Diesel says, best regards from the Netherlands. I look at you and smoke weed. Hey, cheers, buddy. Samuel says how people are resisting. That's a great idea, Samuel. That's oh yeah, I do watch Status Quo. That is a really good like day-to-day news source that has no affiliation, and they're just it's good, and they talk about like protests and current events happening. Like they post videos a couple times a week. And it's a really good way to keep up to date with like, that sort of thing. But like, as far as like, an overview of global resistance, that's really big. Like people with PhDs are, I'm sure, tackling that and have like that. I would love to be that guy for you and explain like where and how and why the people are building a resistance and a new world is being born, but like that's really over my head. I mean, I could do like this style talk about that when I have internet on my computer, and we could like look some stuff up and talk about actual movements and what they're doing. That is a very interesting idea. Thank you, Samuel. Fireball says, let's talk resistance. Status Quo coverage was great today. Those boomers are out in force. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff. I think maybe you turned me onto that. You posted it. Maybe it wasn't you, but somebody posted it in the Discord. So yeah, if you also want to keep up with stuff, there's the Courtyard in the Discord server is really good. There's a few members who post really pertinent articles, like a lot. That's what I heard. Jesus is busy finding new jobs for all those fired federal workers and vets. Yo, shots fired, dude. Fireball says, I've posted a few times. Jordan is the man. Hell yeah. Yeah, thanks for turning me on to that. Aaron says, Jesus made my banning finger stop working. Oh man, somebody's testing Aaron. Yikes. You gotta be careful in there, yo. I got some fucking some firecrackers for mods here and an actual pirate, so you gotta watch it. We don't fucking play. Noah says, I've been following you for 7 years. This is the first, fourth, or fifth. I don't know. You had a prosthetic. Wait, this whole time you didn't know I wear a prosthetic? Dude, really? Oh, the first 4 or 5 times. Oh, I see, I see. I get what you mean. Yeah, dude, I mean, when I'm good, like, you can't really tell I'm extremely active. I do a lot more than people that don't have prosthetic legs do. But yeah, I haven't been at 100% in a long time, and it's starting to wear me down. Oh, now you fucking done did it. Now Captain's in here. Alright, folks. If you want to see me do another Anarchist News in a lazy, half-ass fashion in the future, go ahead and leave a comment and say, like, hell yeah, or something. I don't know, if that's something you'd like to see again. I'll probably do it. I don't know. But, yeah, I guess. Or if you have requests for other stuff, I'm going to be just doing live streams when I can. And I don't like the vertical. I absolutely hate the vertical, and it really threw me off my game for a little minute there. But, you know, we got to just persevere and do the things, even though they're not like how we like them sometimes. But, yeah, I like being here, and I like seeing you guys. So I'll see you again soon. And Satan, say bye. Goodbye. Yeah. All right. See y'all later.